I'm a network marketing professional. That's what I do. I earn my living. I support my family, my household, everything through network marketing. And as a result, I believe I have a responsibility and a duty to myself and my family to stay abreast of the different opportunities out there that I compete with directly. Well, realistically, the only way you'd really know is to actually join the company. And recently I've had an opportunity to do that. I joined the Team Building Project. It says a new approach to financial success. And I also joined another company, Monitium Success System. The reason, well, first of all, both of them are free. Beyond that, they both have a team structure approach. They suggest you build a structure of people that you recruit, and that structure of people is then inserted into different MLM opportunities so that one team could be in company A and company B and company C and so on and so forth, giving you multiple income streams, a paycheck potentially from each company. Rod Cook, who's the MLM watchdog, and I've subscribed to his newsletter for years, he's kind of the Ralph Nader of the MLM industry. He watches out for the little guy to make sure that they don't get sucked into a pyramid scheme or something that has no substance. And Rod has been really very much against the team structure approach, taking a team and trying to insert it into multiple companies. And primarily because all the times that it's ever been tried before, it has miserably failed. Well, it's interesting. In the process of investigating Monitium, I looked at the advisory board. Rod Cook, there he is. I mean, obviously he's seen enough differences in the Monitium program that he was confident enough to completely reverse his position and actually put his name on it and participate. Now, there are lots and lots of truisms in life. A couple of them are appropriate for this presentation. You know, truisms like, you know, there's no clouds in the sky, well, the sky is going to be blue. You drop an apple from the tree, it falls to the ground. Sun rises in the east, you know, truisms like that. Well, here's one that's appropriate here. You never try to climb the ladder of success by stepping on other climbers. Now, that's not the way a lot of people operate. A lot of people just climb over, doesn't matter, hurt whatever, no thought to their fellow man at all. Well, I believe what Zig Ziglar said, you help enough people in life get what they want, and you'll get what you want. So when it comes to the climbing that ladder, that means helping people. And it's a funny thing, the more people you pull behind you, bottom line is you got no other place to go but up. Kind of an interesting thought, isn't it? Well, with that in mind, I am not intending to try to hurt anybody or degrade anything here, but I have to tell you, I have formulated an opinion, and what you're going to hear will have a biased slant. Another truism, well, let's take a look at this. Your network marketing business really starts with you. You talk to people, you recruit people into your business, they start talking to people, they recruit people, it continues to grow until eventually you have a nice sized team. And the larger the team you have, the greater your income potential as they consume products, as they're buying fast start kits, as they're getting on the auto ship using products, as they find customers for those products. That's where your residual income is going to come from. Well, a network marketing business fails from the bottom. If new marketers are not able to find success, what do? They quit. And the people that recruited them, gee, that's a real blow to them, and they lose a little faith. And that happens a number of times, and they quit. And if that starts to happen enough, boy, it just disappears. And the next thing you know, you're standing there all by yourself. Well, what that means is that when you're putting together a network marketing program, you have to have a structure that takes care of that new person. Not just the people at the top that get in early, but the people throughout the structure. The more comprehensive it is, the more security you'll have. So that's our other truism. Now, this came right out of the back office. This is the Team Building Project, because as a member, I can go right back in there whenever I need to. Now, right now, the process is really very simple. It's a 4-step process. You sign up because it's free. You pre-build your team before there's any companies to get involved with. Then the people that were most aggressive in building their team will have the most votes to select a company. And once a company's selected, you join that opportunity, and hopefully a bunch of people that you brought in will join as well, which will create immediate income for you as a result of the business starter kits that they all buy and the fast start bonuses that you'd enjoy, And then you'd have residual income because all those people would be on the auto ships consuming the products month after month. This is right out of the back office as well. I've added a little bit to it, but let me start here. It's talking about how placements are made and the compression model. And that's really what we're talking about here is compression. It's important to understand how people in your team building project downline will be placed under you in your selected business opportunity. After you select and join an opportunity, every qualified partner in your team building project downline can do the same, but not everyone will. Well, when you bring people in, what that means is the people you bring in are on your level 1. So you bring in somebody and another one and so on and so forth. They all go on your level 1. And from what I understand, it's based on the time that they come in as to the level of priority that they have when they're being put in these other companies. So in other words, the first person that you bring in will have the first position, the second person would be second, and so on and so forth. Well, the people that those guys bring in would be your level 2. And you might have a bunch of people. Each one of those guys might create their own group. So that's kind of how that would go together. Now, when you take a look at the selection process and compression into a company, it says anyone you personally sponsor in the team building project is on your first level. If someone on your first level does not join your selected opportunity, but someone they personally sponsored into the team building project does, that person will be placed under you. Since you are the first person in the team building project unilevel upline that has already joined the opportunity. That is how compression works. So what does that mean? You brought in this guy, he's level 1, but he did not like or participate, have the money, whatever it was, to join the selected opportunity. So the guy that he brought in, who does join it, winds up being right underneath you and you're level 1. The guy you brought in, this guy, he's out of that particular company. Now he's still there and can activate in future companies, but in this particular opportunity, he's not under you any longer. Now, later on down the road, he can join, but he may be way, way down in the structure. So he's lost that position. As more people in your team building project unilevel downline join the selected opportunity, they'll be placed under the first person in their team building project unilevel upline that has already joined the selected opportunity. So you look at this again. The guy on level 55, if he acts quicker than the guy on level 54, 3, 2, 1, all those people, he could wind up being on level 2. Now, from what I understand, there's going to be a period of time that you're given to do this, so it's not like the doors open and you flood through like the, Black Friday in the stores or something. You'll have a period of time that you can do this, so there isn't going to be the mad dash. But bottom line is, this guy, the guy that you brought in, and people from level 3 to level 54, all those people who don't act before the guy level 55, who don't act within that period of time, for whatever reason, what happens to them? They're compressed out. I have to say, I was concerned about this exact situation when I looked at the Monitium program because I looked at that first. And had I found this, that would have been a deal breaker. Let me just read one paragraph here. To maximize your income potential, it's important to select and join an opportunity as soon as you are qualified to do so. This will ensure that you do not lose any income potential due to compression. I mean, they're well aware that there are going to be a lot of people losing a lot of income because of compression, because they don't act fast enough. Interesting. Monitium, a different structure. They have what they call a protected genealogy. Now, if you take a look at that group of people, let's assume that those people were moved into an MLM company. And assume that when they did, it's going to be intact, just like that. And all they had to do was activate in that company was flip a little switch. And instead of being a little silhouette, they now would have a light on them. They would be active in that company. The person that doesn't choose to activate right away, they can flip that switch at any point in time. They will not be compressed out of this permanently. Now, certainly if someone underneath them gets involved in the company before they do and buys business starter kits and creates volume, well, the person who's not active is going to lose those commissions for that period of time. But the moment they activate, any commissions generated after that will be theirs. It kind of works like this. Your team is in one company, same team exactly in the second, same team in the third, and the fourth, and the fifth. Every MLM company, your team stays intact. With the team building project, if the selected companies require a sign-up fee and a monthly maintenance fee, all the team building project marketers must meet those requirements. So let's say the sign-up fee is $20 a year. You know, $20 when you sign in, renewed annually. Well, if there were 5 companies, that would be $100, and the monthly maintenance as well. With Monitium, special terms are negotiated with Monitium partner companies, waiving sign-up fees and monthly maintenance fees. So basically, someone getting involved in the partner companies is not going to have those additional expenses. So let's look at this. Let's look at it down the road when the team building project has already got, let's say, 5 partner companies in place. And you're at the top of this group here. And remember, the groups will either make it or break it by what happens with a new guy. So you bring in a new guy. What is this guy faced with? What are his challenges? Well, one thing that's kind of cool, he's got no cost at all to get involved in the team building project. Totally free. But with the 5 partner companies, if they're already in there, he's got to decide if he wants to join those companies. And he's got to decide before he starts recruiting other people, because if he recruits other people and hasn't made a decision, those other people could feasibly compress him out, and he's lost his opportunity. So what if the enrollment fee was $20 per company? Well, that's $100 he's got to come up with to join those 5 companies. And by the way, the fee could be far greater than that. What about starter kits? Starter kits oftentimes cost $200, $300, $400, $500. Let's say the starter kits were only $50 a piece. With 5 companies, he'd have $250 he's got to decide to spend on that. What about the monthly maintenance fees to get the websites and the things that you get from the companies? Let's say that worked out to be an average of $10 a month there. Well, that's $50 a month. So you see, this guy is really faced with a lot of issues. And if he doesn't make a decision on these things before he recruits people, and those people that he recruits are maybe in a better financial spot than he is, he'll compress out. If he compresses out, he might get depressed about the whole thing and quit. And if he does, what happens to the person that brought him in, or the people that are above him? What happens? It dies from the bottom, remember? Monitium, 5 partner companies. You bring in a new guy. What is he faced with? Well, one thing that's different, he's got 30 days free. It's not free forever. After that, he has to pay $49.97 a month. But he's going to get a complete training system really equal to or above anything out there on the internet. And most of the training systems that are out there that are comprehensive run about $50 a month. Remember that maintenance fee we were talking about before, $50? Hey, it could be the same kind of cost that the 5 companies have with the team building project, depending upon the maintenance fees there. So the $50 a month, oh, and by the way, for the $49.97 a month, he's also going to get a number of different capture sites and autoresponder email systems and a bunch of other tools as well. So there's really value there. Now here's another interesting part too. Monitium has a 4 in its free program. So he brings in 4 people who become qualified Monitium marketers. That $49.97 becomes 0. He's getting that for free. Now, this is really an important thing. He doesn't have to make a choice to activate in those companies right away. You know, with all the expense that he could incur, he can activate at any time in the partner companies simply because his position is protected. And by the way they do that, Monitium does that with a huge investment in internet technology. Not an inexpensive thing to be able to create that. But bottom line is the fact that his position is protected gives him the confidence to join and gives the bottom, the newer people, an opportunity to build at their own pace. Very, very important. Now, I've talked about a lot of things here. There are many other differences between the team building project and Monitium that I could get into, but I think I've given you the biggest ones. And what I've given you is indisputable facts. I've also given you a little bit of personal opinion. I understand that. And I have to say, I would invite you to challenge anything that I've said here. You can find me at www.bestmonitiumteam.com. Looking forward to it.